All right, the Cheesesteak Stories Podcast. For some reason, I don't know why, but apparently people are tired of hearing about me, and they're tired of seeing me. So I figure I'm going to let other people tell their stories. So today, we just presented the Judges Cup 2024 March Cheesesteak Madness to our winners, Verona Pizza. And I'm looking up my guests today, Mo and Vince.
Thank you, Jim.
And I'm going to drop a bombshell on YouTube because I just learned a little nugget of information while we were chatting here. And you're not the only two people that have been to Alexandria, Egypt. I've been to Alexandria, Egypt. I used to have my third mate's license and spent a lovely 2 days. I think it was 2 days. I watch History Channel and I see that city and I'm like, holy mackerel, that's a pretty cool place. And I just learned that someone famous from history might be there. I think Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great. Who's the one? He's the one who found Alexandria.
He built it, actually.
He might be buried there. I saw History's Greatest Mysteries show.
A lot of people say that. Yeah.
And they're saying that he might be buried there in the old city, and then because plus back then, the water line was different, and where the center of the town was is different. But anyway, enough about me. Isn't it nice how I work myself into your video? All right. So first, we can take another minute and talk about me. You guys can tell me how awesome I am for running March Cheesesteak Madness and having you're the winners.
You are, brothers.
But you did a great job. It's funny, we were talking about it. We had a reporter here. We had a couple of good customers, and it is a nice big cheesesteak. And it's funny because you're Verona Pizza.
Yes.
So I'm gonna make you tell your story again. How, why, when, where? How a couple of nice Egyptian men that make pizza become cheesesteak champions. So I like the way you told the story earlier, so I hope you tell it the same way.
Yeah, Vince is going to say that. Good.
All right, I have been in business for 29 years. Mo, he's originally from Brooklyn, and he has a place in Philadelphia. I have been in business like in Southerton, in Collegeville, in Cherry Hill, Cape May, Sea Isle City down the shore. And then he was a customer of mine.
I used to be his customer, yes, I was going to say that.
So Mo was a customer of mine in my place in Cherry Hill. And we used to sit down and chit chat all the time about the pizza shop, about the business and marketing we do for our businesses. And we always talk that we want to do something together. Before we opened this one, 3 years before that, I retired. I said, I'm done, I'm not doing it anymore. I cannot do all these hours. And then Mo, he convinced me that we have to do something together. And him and his wife, great couple. And then he spent a year, right before we opened here, he was working on the dough, on the flour, on the crust, how to use the fermentation, organic flour, everything. And then we decide, okay, we're gonna do it together. And then, but if I'm gonna go back in business, we better do the best we ever did. So we check every single cheesesteak place in the whole Philadelphia area. We went to Brooklyn to check pizza shops everywhere because we wanted to provide the best food possible. And we're gonna focus on cheesesteak and on pizza. So we find a location in Maple Glen, PA. Beautiful location. Sal Bova from Bova Food, he's the one who found it for me. And he called us and we like it. Right away, we took over. Great community, great business. Since day one, we sell tons of cheesesteak. I sell cheesesteak. We never sold as many cheesesteaks as in this location. It's ribeye sliced specially for us, like thick slice, especially for us. We get the Cooper Sharp cheese, seeded roll. A line of rolls now is made especially for us, and another pizzeria also. Just this line is for both of us, and we are doing phenomenal. Jen called us and said that we won the 2024 March Cheesesteak Madness. It was a very big surprise. I told him like I think we were lucky. He said, no, the judges tried us 3 times, and he said, we deserve it and we appreciate it. We're very happy about it. And thank Jim. Thanks my partner Mo.
Thank you.
He's always my brother, always helping me, always next, And we're planning to open other pizza shops soon.
So do you guys eat cheesesteaks?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I ate too many cheesesteak this year.
What do you put on your cheesesteak?
I like mushrooms and fried onions and Cooper sharp. I used to be a fan of provolone, but Cooper changed it for me.
You can say something other than mushrooms. It's okay.
Uh,
If you don't like mushrooms, it's
No,
all right.
I like mushroom. I love mushroom. That's why we only use the cremini mushrooms. No cans. Yeah.
Vince, what do you put on your cheesesteaks?
I like it easy, fried onion, and that's it. That's all I do with my cheesesteak. I like to melt the cheese and almost burn it a little bit, like cook it really with the cheesesteak, so it's not like you don't feel the cheese, you feel the melted, totally melted. That's how I prefer it, and I like to toast the roll a little bit.
When you're not eating cheesesteaks, what do you eat? Or what's your favorite food?
Pizza. I love pizza.
If it's not cheesesteak, it's pizza.
Yeah.
Now your other places, Vince, were they? And I tell you, this is good pizza.
Thank
Yeah.
You can tell. You can
Yeah.
tell. You can really tell when you put the effort into it and how it comes out because.
3 days fermentation. 3 days.
Here is the thing. I was voted best pizza in 2002. When Mo came up with this, he spent the year before we opened to come up with this formula. I told him, Mo, I don't know. I know what I know, and I want to stick with it. If I'm gonna switch, it better be really good. And with this dough,
Yeah,
it takes 3 days.
I told him I make a pizza, and you judge it. And I made him the pizza. Wow.
I love it, but I was afraid of the 3 days,
Yeah.
like the processing of making one batch is 3 days. I was afraid that it's not gonna be consistent, it's not gonna be good, and I was really afraid to do it because I did phenomenal for 29 years with my recipe, the older one, the way I did it, but was regular flour, and this was a better quality to
Yeah,
give to the
that's-
customer. So we did it.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm very happy that I did it. We went with his formula because it was really like the best. And
He always support me for any upgradation. We need to upgrade. We never cheap with any quality. We'll put any quality you can find, best quality you can find in the market. We just bring it here to Verona Pizza.
our chicken we use is no antibiotic whatsoever. The best chicken, all natural chicken. The turkey is oven roasted turkey breast, so we are not cutting any corners.
I think we do everything in house, right?
Yep,
Everything
definitely.
from scratch. Yeah.
What was your first? When was the first time you had pizza? When did you leave out? When did you come from? When did you move? When did you move to? Were you born in Alexandria or were you born here?
I was born in Alexandria.
Yeah, I born in Alexandria. I came here. First place I ate pizza was in Brooklyn. I don't remember the name. I was Solero, but Brooklyn, Bensonhurst. That's where is my dad from. So it's a lot of pizza. Yeah.
There is a lot of pizza in Brooklyn.
I used to come to the state when I was in college in summertime. Summer break, I come to the state down the shore and walk down the shore and definitely in different pizzerias. And I was amazed from these pizza shops in like Wildwood, like they're big names. They were like doing phenomenal big business. One time actually I was gonna open a place in Wildwood, in Oak and Boardwalk, and I liked it. But then I find the rent was $80,000, and the owner, the landlord, was a pizza shop owner across the street from me. He said, I'm not paying him, I'm not gonna work all that to pay him the rent. Then after that one, I opened one in Sea Isle City, and it did phenomenal for many years.
We might have to have a few drinks and talk about the good old days in Wildwood with
Yeah.
down there making the pizza with the accent, all the little girls running around,
Yeah.
talking about the pizza guy.
Oh yeah, all of them, they were Greek, hot spot, they were Greek guys, yeah.
Now that we lost Vince to his memories. So pizza, your first pizza. Well, that was your
My
first
first
pizza.
pizza. I love cheesesteak. When I came here, I was eating cheesesteak like crazy because that's something we don't have overseas. Even in the West, in the US, they don't have that kind of cheesesteak. So I was like, cheesesteak was my favorite thing. I was never into like pizza. One guy in Cape May that he passed right now. He's not around. He used to do a wonderful, and I learned the pizza from him. I learned the recipe from him, and it was Louis Pizza in Cape May, down the shore. This guy, he did great, and that's where I got my recipe. That's where I get everything. I managed one of his stores before, and since then I did phenomenal. Like I never had an issue with the pizza. I always like best pizza. But this time, partner up with Mo, that was the best thing ever happened to me.
Thank you,
Because
here, man.
he seriously, he get the recipe for the dough, for the pizza. He's the one who came up with it, and I was against it in the beginning. But then we went with it. And also the cheesesteak, he's like, we talked about the best cheesesteak, but he took me in every place.
Yeah, I eat too
We
many
checked
cheesesteaks
everything.
anymore. I'm not gonna eat a cheesesteak anymore for a year now. I eat a lot of cheesesteaks.
Until we opened that one.
Market research is important. All right. So my favorite cheesesteak story is includes caught in school, getting caught, a bank robbery. So you find a nice G-rated story for us. Any good favorite lasting pizza cheesesteak memories that maybe don't necessarily. I went out for a pizza and I saved a cat from a tree, or any story that any good stories that revolve around pizzas and cheesesteaks, but might not be actually about the pizza and cheesesteak. How you doing?
Hey, Mike.
March Cheesesteak Madness. Judges Cup champions right here.
Well deserved.
Absolutely well
Thank you,
deserved.
Mike. Thank you.
Without a doubt, well deserved.
I agree, and I tell you what, the pizza's pretty darn good too.
Stay over here.
Okay, Mike.
All right, Mo. Favorite cheesesteak or pizza story? Necessarily the pizza or the cheesesteak doesn't have to be the star.
I mean, like a story.
Did you ever save a family from a burning building? Did you ever sacrifice your pizza? Did you ever throw a piece of pizza at a girl and meet her? Like the first time you saw your wife, like, hey, I like her, and hit her with a slab of pizza, and she's like, oh, I like him.
No, actually, I just last year when I tried to get this formula, I just make a lot of mess in my house, of flour all over the places. I clean like crazy. My wife hate me for that, but thank God we came with this formula. Hey, what's up, Mike?
You're looking up for me, buddy.
How you doing?
How you like the pizza, Mike?
Where you been?
Here,
Where you been?
we're taking video.
Oh, don't put me in no video.
Vince's favorite cheesesteak or pizza story that they don't not necessarily about the cheesesteak or pizza.
Story? I mean, I know the best cheesesteak I used to have when I that was what, let's say 30 years ago, was Ray's Pizza, the one in Lansdale. I used to love that cheesesteak. The father, when he was around, and actually my cousin used to work there, and he said they were doing like, I don't know, like a couple £1,000 of steak a week, and they were selling so much, and that really the cheesesteak was phenomenal back then. But things changed. Now everybody goes with the seeded roll. The Cooper sharp cheese give a great taste to the cheesesteak. Now it's different.
Right.
Even my taste in the cheesesteak is different now.
Nobody cares about that. Young Vince is over here from Egypt on summer break, down the Wildwood Boardwalk, flipping pizzas, checking out the girls that go by. How many free slices of pizza do you think you gave away?
I give away while working. only to these Bulgarian girls and Romanian who's coming down.
We give a lot of free slices here.
We give it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
all the girls knew. They all knew to go see Vince and they get a free slice of pizza if they happen to go in their bikini.
Not anymore. I'm almost a grandfather now.
Come on, no.
That's a long time ago. I'm sure statute of limitations while giving away free pizza back then.
Yeah.
I figure you're safe.
Yes.
Anything good? Anything you can think of? Any? You want to make up a story? Do you want to make up a story? Like you saved the whole family? Like it was winter. And there's a raccoon, a family of raccoons.
I'm thinking about make a story now.
Make a good story. All right. Well, I tell you what. Cheesesteak. You know I love the cheesesteak. You won the March Cheesesteak Madness. Any parting words?
Thanks so much, Jim, for coming in and make us win. We deserve it, right? Yeah.
You earned it. I just eat them.
Yeah.
You know, people will ask me like, if I'm opening a shop, what should I do with it? I'm like, I have no idea. I said my skill set is put it in front of me. I'll take a bite. And I'll tell you if I like it or not.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Really appreciate it.
Oh, you guys
happy to have you here, and it's our honor you come here and like our cheesesteak like that.
I'm gonna have to edit that out because I say enough nice things about myself.
You're
So I do appreciate you
much.
saying that, but you guys earned it. You guys make the cheesesteak.
Thank you, Jim. We really appreciate it.
I like your shirt a lot. I'm gonna check your website out.
I had to get dressed up for the equation.
Yeah. How I can order? Just order it online like normal order?
Cheesesteaklife.com.
Okay, I will check it out. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, happy Monday morning. The Cheesesteak Stories Podcast, and you're not gonna believe who I have in the car with me right now.
Well, a little soulful poetry, nothing major, just a little soulful poetry. How you guys doing, man? Detroit in the building.
You're from Detroit.
Yes.
And you do poetry?
Yeah, so I came here for Voices in Power. Voices in Power is one of the most famous poetry platforms out in the world right now, and a friend of mine's had a feature, so I came out to support them, as a representative of Jewels of Detroit and Street Profits, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I love the Philly steak and cheese so much. I saved the meat and brought it with me so I could take it home.
And you travel the world doing poetry.
Yes, sir.
And what's it called again?
My name is Soulful Poetry. So I travel the world as a representative of Jewels of Detroit, JOD, and Street Profits, and we put all of our love into the arts. And so I was blessed with the opportunity to be able to travel, book some shows around the world, get out and see the world and see poetry and express my art in different places of the world. So currently I'm in a tour of doing that right now.
And what's your name again?
Soulful Poetry.
Soul,
like SOLFULL poetry.
Soul Poetry.
Yep.
Excellent.
Poetry.
So you had your first cheesesteak. Was that your first cheesesteak you had?
Let me show y'all something, man. Because let y'all know I mean business. You see this? See that? Ain't nothing but meat in there. Like that's I couldn't. So with the cheesesteak, this was my first authentic Philly, made cheesesteak. I felt like it was great. My only issue was it was a lot of meat with like 2% bread. And I'm not like that's like our normal cheesesteaks are. For me personally, I get filled up quick eating a lot of meat. So, I wanted to I took some of the meat out so I could actually eat it and enjoy all the layers of the sandwich. But that was hands down the best steak and cheese from Taste that in general I've ever had, and it came from Taste.
Came from Taste.
Yep.
What do you normally eat?
Stuff that's not good for me.
I was gonna say, no offense, you're a big man, so when you said you get filled up quick, I was like, huh,
Yeah,
what would you normally eat?
And you know what it is I drink a lot of water too. So I tend to drink a lot of water before I eat. So sometimes it helps even out to not eat too much. You know what I mean? So yeah, on a normal basis, probably on some Coney Island. That's a key restaurant that we have out in Detroit. They're called Coney Islands.
Coney Island. Do they do hot dogs?
Okay, you got a good start. You got a good start. So yeah, we got Coney dogs. Like that's like the main thing that Detroit is known for. Outside of that, a Coney Island restaurant has a menu that has probably at least 75 items on it, at least, if not more. Probably way more. I'm probably actually underselling it. And it's just, you know, a restaurant where anybody can go to get anything that you got a taste for.
Now, does Detroit have its own Coney Island, or is it Coney Island, New York?
So Detroit, like, okay, so New York's Coney Island is like a festival. Like that's like a carnival. That's a fair.
Beach resort.
Ours are chains of restaurants. So there's probably, oh my God, there's no telling how many Coney Islands are in Detroit.
Huh.
We have Coney Islands in Detroit like some places got McDonald's in their city. It's everywhere. Or like how New Orleans got Popeyes everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's how our city is.
And hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs, chicken pitas, corned beef sandwiches, steak, macaroni and cheese, spaghetti, cheese sticks, burgers, whatever you could think of.
If someone's going to Detroit,
Mhm.
what is there food Detroit's known for?
Corned beef sandwiches, chili dogs, chili cheese fries, and coney dogs, and one more, chicken pitas or wingdings. Real good. Real good.
I would have not put Detroit and corned beef together.
Yeah, that is one of the. I probably would have put it with like Idaho or some weird place like that. No disrespect to the Idahoans, but yeah, no, like that's corned beef is one of the things that we are known for. Without the sauerkraut.
What did you get on your cheesesteak?
Oh, I got the regular one. Just beef, onions, peppers, and cheese. I tried to put mustard on it, and I got yelled at. Like they was like from left and right. No, don't you dare put mustard on that. Ketchup. I'm like, wait, okay, so everybody out here is racist towards mustard? Like that's what we doing? Like I can only put ketchup on it? Like I can't. Like we against other condiments? Like okay. So I watched my friend. She had bought a salmon's cheesesteak. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so how is it still a steak? A cheesesteak, salmon. So it's the salmon's, it's a cheese salmon.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm like, all right.
Exactly.
Because at first I'm like, all right, I feel like I'm being misguided here a little bit. But no, it was lit. It was something I really enjoyed.
Same with chicken cheesesteaks.
Yeah, the chicken cheesesteaks. Yeah, that's
It's a cheese chicken.
It's a cheese chicken. That's exactly what it is.
It's cheese chicken.
They don't call it a steak cheesesteak. They're calling it a regular cheesesteak. I'm like, whoever came up with these rules and regulations is very misguided or dyslexic. One of them.
People are very protective of what they get on their cheesesteaks, that's for sure. So mustard, the bastard child condiment.
Man.
Are you think you're moved to maybe write a poem about poor mustard? And
you know what?
try and get a little support for mustard?
God. I had not thought about that, but now that you just gave me that idea, a mustard poem where everybody expects you to catch up or relish in moments to be like, yeah, when everyone,
you can have a cartoon or the video or whatever it is where like the little mustard doesn't get to play, they don't get picked, they get picked last.
Man, that would be legendary. I could it could be a hot dog version, the buns. I could do the whole entire setup and then do one more poem that it brings all of them together and say, this is what you get for inviting the wrong person to the barbecue. Oh man, that's amazing. Hold on,
everybody's mustard shows up and everybody leaves the barbecue.
Right, like, hold on now.
Hey, that's a barbecue scene, right? On my shirt?
Yeah, oh it is. Don't eat the cook.
I can put no mustard allowed. Up top where it says no girls allowed.
Yeah, man, that'll be oh, you make this?
Yeah. Cheesesteak.
Oh, wow.
The Cheesesteak Life clothing.
No girls allowed. Dallas sucks. Oh, Dallas sucks is hilarious. That's the Philadelphia Eagles fan right there. Don't eat the cook. That is hilarious. Oh, what? This is a. Hold on now. Oh, you are talented. Is this your logo?
Yeah, Mr. Cheesy.
Is this a cheesesteak?
Yes.
Oh man.
That's
Y'all see
third.
this?
That's third generation, Mr. Cheesy. It's very hard. It's very hard to make a cheesesteak look good. One dimension. So
Yeah, no, that was amazing.
I love the cheese. I love the mustard. I'm looking forward to a mustard,
Oh man.
an anti-racist mustard poetry line and storyline.
Man, and it's so great that
The cheesesteak could be the hero. The cheesesteak could be the sandwich
You know
that
what it
everybody
is
loves and
that
says,
I associated, like, I think everybody has a comfort condiment. I don't know if that like makes sense, but like as a child, there was a certain condiment that you would put on everything. Me, it was ranch and mustard. I put ranch and mustard on everything. I just, it was to a point where I was just like, yeah, okay, I might as well just become mustard. I might just be the mustard damn president at this point. I put mustard on chicken. I put mustard on pizza. I put mustard on.
you put mustard on pizza?
Oh, I love mustard on pizza. I love it. I know not that. Hey, for all the people watching this and silently judging me, stop judging me, okay? The mustard on pizza is normal in some world or universe that I'm from that I haven't figured out yet. But other than that, yeah, no, mustard on pizza. I said that on a date one time. Yeah, that was probably the reason why last time I heard.
I was gonna say that's a lot time you heard from her. We got next time you're in town, you gotta hit me up. I gotta take you to a place they do a mustard pizza.
Hey, hey man, y'all make sure that you follow this man. Keep showing him love. Keep tapping into the Cheesesteak Podcast. Do you hear me? And next time I come out, which is gonna be in August, I'll be here for my birthday next month. So I'll most definitely tap in so we can do like a birthday episode, man.
Do you I don't know which way I want to go. The condiments, because I mean, you can't tell from looking at me, but I might be a little narrow-minded and set in my ways. So I definitely have, mustard for me is hot dogs and soft pretzels.
Come on now.
Ketchup is burgers. Yeah, mayo makes everything better.
Mayo, I'm 50-50. Now, I'll tell you this. I put mayo in my burger meat when I'm making burgers. So it adds this type of juiciness and texture to the burger. I had seen somebody do it on a video once, and I was like, I love cooking. So I'm like, let me give it a try. So I mixed the garlic paste, onions, onion powder, garlic powder, seasoned salt, pepper, and I put a little bit of mayo in it and a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of mustard. Mixed the meat all up, patted it out, chef kiss.
Mustard too. Did you say mustard?
Yup.
Yeah, because I used to put mustard in mine.
I know a lot of people who rub mustard on their chicken before they fry it. It keeps it golden and something like that, to some extent.
Well, your hamburger meat, mixing everything into the meat before you cook it, is freaking delicious.
It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing.
I gotta do a promo on this one. Oh, my hair's messed up. All right. Philadelphia Cheesesteak Podcast. We're getting back at it.
Soul poetry.
Soulful poetry, right?
Yep, soulful poetry. Like your soul is full in poetry.
Soulful poetry. We're doing got the other camera going. I'm filming me, doing a little thing for
Yeah, Probo, make sure you check this episode out and watch the whole episode. Don't skip to the part where I talk about mustard on pizza. Actually watch the whole episode without judging.
He tried to put mustard on a steak, but it was his first one.
I heard that. I heard that. Hey.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Hey, till next time, we'll see you guys, man. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I'm just sitting here thinking I'm just going to have like a normal trip, and I'm on a podcast. This is amazing.
Well, the real amazing part is I was starting to wonder if I was
Just ahead, keep right
What I was
onto
doing.
Lexington Avenue using the right lane.
I've reviewed 1,100 different cheesesteaks.
Keep right onto
Whoa,
Lexington
what?
Avenue.
1,100 different cheesesteaks. I got them on a spreadsheet. I've reviewed them all, and I posted a video yesterday about the McDonald's $5 meal. That got more comments than most of my cheesesteak reviews.
Yeah, no. When it comes to the cheesesteaks, there are certain keywords that you have to use. Like when you posting it, after you put your hashtags, put an indent and put another space under that and start typing in some of those same hashtags, but just as keywords. So like, just type the word. Don't put hashtag nothing. Just type the word.
Okay.
What that does is that the algorithm starts to push it towards people who are searching for it. So not only for people who press the hashtag and they can go under the hashtag and scroll, but also for, you know, the people who can, you know, just find it just by searching the actual phrase. So instead of me going on Instagram and typing in hashtag cheesesteak, I'll go on Instagram and type in cheesesteak.
And then I'll go to
You
it.
see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it'll work out way, way better that way.
What terminal do you need?
I am going to This is terminal. This is Frontier.
United, Delta, Frontier,
Yeah,
Spirit?
it's Frontier. Yeah.
Frontier, I got you. I don't know. Any big soulful poetry? Any parting words?
I'll give everybody one last quote before I get out. Love in its purest form is unconditional, and all love is unconditional, but not all people know what loving unconditionally is. So, when you get a chance to love, do it unconditionally.
I got nothing to add. We're ending on that.
And make sure you put some mustard on your pizza.
We might have to edit that out.
See you guys.
Thank you.